Let me ask you a simple question. If you're over 60, what if I told you there's one chair exercise you can do at home that may give you more overall benefit than walking around the block, and you don't need special equipment, perfect weather, or strong knees to do it? Stay with me, because this is something I recommend every single day in my practice, and it's especially important as we get older. Now, as we age, especially after 50, the body starts to change in ways most people don't talk about clearly. Muscles naturally shrink if they're not used. Joints can feel stiff first thing in the morning. Balance may not feel as sharp as it once did. Circulation slows down, posture begins to collapse forward, and energy levels just aren't the same. Many people think walking is the answer to everything, and don't get me wrong, walking is good, but walking alone doesn't activate the body in the way we truly need after 60. Here's a big issue I see every day. When men get older, they tend to move less without even realizing it. They sit more, stand less, and avoid movements that feel uncomfortable. Over time, this leads to weaker legs, tighter hips, poor blood flow, and a loss of confidence in movement. The body becomes efficient at doing less, and that's a dangerous pattern. This is where chair-based movement becomes powerful. A chair gives you stability, safety, and control. It allows you to move your joints through a healthy range without fear of falling. And when done correctly, it activates muscles from the feet all the way up through the spine. This is not about intensity, it's about consistency and smart movement. One of the biggest myths I want to clear up is that exercise has to be hard to be effective. That's simply not true. The body responds incredibly well to gentle, repeated movement, especially when timing and breathing are correct. When you sit in a chair and move with purpose, you engage muscles that walking often skips, particularly the inner thighs, glutes, core, and deep stabilizers around the spine. Another challenge after 50 is stiffness from sitting too long. Sitting isn't the enemy, sitting without movement is. When you use a chair the right way, you reverse that stiffness instead of adding to it. You improve circulation to the legs, reduce pressure on the lower back, and wake up muscles that have been asleep for years. Now let me talk briefly about timing, because this is critical. The best time to do chair exercises is when your body feels the stiffest, usually in the morning or early evening. Morning movement sends a signal to your nervous system that your body is safe to move. It warms up joints, improves coordination, and sets the tone for the entire day. Even 5 to 10 minutes can make a noticeable difference. Breathing also matters more than people realize. Slow, controlled breathing while moving tells your body to relax instead of tense up. When breathing improves, circulation improves. When circulation improves, energy improves. Everything is connected. Lifestyle plays a huge role here as well. If you're sitting for long periods, stand up every 30 to 60 minutes, even if it's just for a short chair movement. Stay hydrated, because joints need fluid to move smoothly, and don't rush your movements. Slow, controlled motion is far more effective than fast, sloppy motion. In the next part, I'm going to show you exactly why this one chair exercise works better than walking for many people over 60, and how it targets the areas most men struggle with as they age. You'll want to hear this because it can change how you move every single day. Now let me explain why this simple chair movement can actually outperform walking for many people over 60. Walking is a forward motion activity. It's repetitive, and while it's helpful for the heart, it doesn't fully address joint mobility, posture, or muscle balance. Over time, walking alone can even reinforce poor habits like shuffling steps, rounded shoulders, and tight hips. This chair exercise works differently because it wakes up the entire chain of muscles at once. When you sit upright on a chair with your feet planted firmly on the ground, your body is forced to stabilize itself. Your core activates naturally. Your spine begins to lengthen, your hips open up, and your legs start working together instead of independently like they do during walking. Here's what's important. As men age, they often lose strength in the hips and thighs first. These muscles are critical for standing up, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance. Weak hips are one of the main reasons people feel unsteady or tired after short walks. Chair-based movement strengthens these areas without putting stress on the knees or lower back. Another major benefit is joint nutrition. Joints don't have their own direct blood supply. They rely on movement to bring in nutrients and remove waste. When you gently move your legs, ankles, and hips while seated, you're pumping fluid into those joints. This reduces stiffness and improves long-term comfort. Walking doesn't always provide this full range of joint motion, especially if your stride is shortened over the years. Posture is another critical factor. Poor posture compresses the chest, limits breathing, and reduces circulation. While seated, you can consciously sit tall, roll the shoulders back, and engage the upper back muscles. This retrains your body to hold itself upright again. Better posture means better breathing, and better breathing means more oxygen reaching every cell. Let's talk about balance for a moment. Balance isn't just about standing on one foot, it's about how well your brain communicates with your muscles. Chair exercises improve this connection by allowing slow, controlled movement without fear. When fear is removed, the nervous system learns faster. Confidence builds, and that confidence carries over into daily activities. Timing still plays a role here. Doing this chair exercise before walking can actually make walking feel easier and smoother. Your joints are warmed up, your muscles are awake, and your posture is improved. Many people notice they can walk longer with less fatigue after just a few minutes of chair movement beforehand. Lifestyle habits also support this process. Consistent sleep helps muscles recover. Proper hydration keeps tissues flexible, and light movement throughout the day prevents stiffness from returning. Think of this chair exercise as maintenance for your body, like oiling a hinge so it moves freely instead of grinding. One more thing I want you to understand is that effort doesn't equal benefit. Slow movements done daily beat intense workouts done occasionally. The body thrives on repetition and rhythm. This is why even short chair sessions done consistently can lead to noticeable improvements in strength, coordination, and energy. In the next part, I'll guide you through how this chair exercise affects circulation, brain function, and overall vitality, and why it's especially valuable as we move into our 60s and beyond. Now let's talk about circulation and why this is such a big deal as we get older. After 50, blood flow to the lower body often decreases. This can lead to cold feet, leg heaviness, stiffness, and that tired feeling that shows up faster than it used to. Many people assume this is just part of aging, but in reality it's often a lack of proper movement. This chair exercise improves circulation by activating the muscles that act like natural pumps. When you gently press your feet into the floor, lift and lower your legs, or shift your weight while seated, you're helping blood travel back toward the heart. This reduces pressure in the legs and improves oxygen delivery throughout the body. Walking can help, but if posture or stride is limited, the benefit is reduced. There's also a strong connection between movement and brain health. Slow, controlled movements send signals to the brain that improve coordination and awareness. When you move with intention, the brain stays engaged. This supports focus, memory, and reaction time. Even a few minutes of chair movement can help you feel more alert and steady. Another important benefit is reduced joint discomfort. When joints are stiff, the surrounding muscles tighten to protect them. This creates a cycle of tension and limited movement. Chair-based exercise breaks that cycle. It allows joints to move safely while muscles relax and lengthen. Over time, this can make daily activities feel smoother and more comfortable. Now let's discuss energy. Many men over 60 feel drained by midday. This isn't always due to lack of sleep or diet alone. It's often poor circulation and shallow breathing. Sitting tall during chair exercises opens the chest and encourages deeper breaths. Deeper breathing increases oxygen levels, which naturally boosts energy without stimulants. Consistency is the key here. You don't need long sessions. 5 to 10 minutes. Once or twice a day can be enough to keep the body responsive. Think of this like brushing your teeth. You don't skip it because it's simple. You do it because it works. Lifestyle choices amplify the results. Reduce long periods of sitting without movement. Choose lighter meals earlier in the day to avoid sluggishness. And make this chair exercise part of your daily routine, not something you do only when you feel stiff. Another overlooked factor is confidence in movement. When people feel unsure of their balance, they move less. When they move less, weakness increases. Chair exercises restore trust in the body. As strength and coordination return, daily movements feel safer and easier. In the next part, I'll explain how to do this chair exercise at the right pace, how often you should do it, and common mistakes to avoid so you get the maximum benefit without strain. Now let's talk about how to do this chair exercise the right way, because how you move matters just as much as that you move. The goal is not to rush, strain, or push through discomfort. The goal is to restore natural movement patterns that your body may have lost over time. Start by choosing a sturdy chair where your feet can rest flat on the floor. Sit toward the front of the chair, not leaning back. This automatically engages your core and encourages better posture. Imagine a string gently lifting the top of your head toward the ceiling. Your shoulders should feel relaxed, not tense. The pace should always be slow and controlled. If you move too fast, your body uses momentum instead of muscle engagement. Slow movement forces the muscles to work and allows the joints to move through their full range safely. This is where the real benefit happens. Breathing should guide your movement. Inhale through your nose as you prepare to move. Exhale slowly as you perform the movement. This helps relax the nervous system and prevents unnecessary tension. If you find yourself holding your breath, slow down. Frequency is more important than duration. Doing this exercise once a day is good. Doing it twice a day is even better. Morning sessions loosen the body and improve coordination for the day ahead. Evening sessions reduce stiffness and help the body unwind. You don't need to do it for long. Even a few minutes is effective when done consistently. There are a few common mistakes I see all the time. One is slouching. When you slouch, you limit breathing and reduce muscle activation. Another mistake is pushing into discomfort. Mild effort is fine, but pain is not. Movement should feel smooth and controlled, not forced. Another mistake is treating this like a workout instead of a daily practice. This is not about burning energy, it's about restoring function. When people approach it with the wrong mindset, they either overdo it or stop doing it altogether. Gentle consistency wins every time. Lifestyle habits play a supporting role here. Make sure you're getting enough rest so your muscles can recover. Drink water throughout the day to keep joints lubricated. And pay attention to how you sit during the rest of the day. Good posture outside of exercise reinforces the benefits. One of the best indicators that you're doing this correctly is how you feel afterward. You should feel lighter, more mobile, and more relaxed, not exhausted. If you feel better after, you're on the right track. In the final part, I'll tie everything together and explain how this one chair exercise fits into a long-term approach for staying active, steady, and confident well into your later years. Now let me bring everything together because this is about more than just one exercise. It's about changing how you think about movement as you get older. The body was designed to move every day, but it was also designed to move wisely. When you respect that balance, everything works better. This one, chair exercise, works because it meets your body where it is right now. It doesn't demand perfect joints, ideal weather, or high energy levels. It gives you control, stability, and consistency. And those three things are essential for staying active after 60. When you practice this daily, you're sending a powerful message to your body and brain. You're telling them that movement is safe, joints can move freely, and muscles are meant to be used. Over time, this builds strength, improves coordination, and restores confidence in simple everyday activities like standing, walking, and sitting. Another important benefit is long-term independence. The ability to get up from a chair easily, maintain balance, and move without hesitation is what allows people to stay active and self-reliant. These skills don't come from intense workouts. They come from consistent functional movement practiced regularly. Timing still matters. Starting your day with this exercise prepares your body for whatever comes next. Using it later in the day helps undo stiffness from sitting and stress. Think of it as a reset button you can press anytime. Lifestyle choices reinforce everything. Eat foods that support steady energy, stay hydrated, move often, even in small amounts, and don't underestimate the power of routine. When something becomes part of your daily rhythm, it no longer feels like effort. Remember, progress doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful. Small improvements in movement, posture, and comfort add up quickly. Many people notice they feel steadier, more relaxed, and more capable within weeks of starting. If you're over 60, or even approaching it, this is one of the simplest and safest ways to support your body. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. Just focus on moving better today than you did yesterday. Stay consistent, stay patient, and most importantly, keep moving. Your body will thank you for it.